Have you always wanted to go to the jungle? You have? Well, here are 5 things that you should expect. Welcome back. So the jungle. The jungle is, what can I say about the jungle? The jungle is a magical, magical place, isn't it? We grow up as kids hearing so many stories, whether that be in books or films or just mythical legends. They're always about the jungle, aren't they? And maybe you've always wanted to go there, but you haven't yet. Or maybe you have been, but you want to go on a longer adventure or an expedition. Well, after going on my various jungle expeditions, and I'm about to embark on another massive, massive one, there are a few things that I know that you should expect from any sort of jungle travel. What are they? Well, let's get started and go through them. Number 1, you know those people that say they never get bitten by mosquitoes? They never get bitten by midges in Scotland. You know, they're invincible. They just don't react. Their blood isn't tasty. I don't know. Well, forget that. You're going to the jungle. There will be an insect, whatever it might be, that will love you. You will be itchy. There are ways to prevent this, of course. Not wearing shorts in the evening or the early morning or around water. Covering up, wearing shirts that have actually like this mosquito repellent. They stop the mosquitoes from biting through there or whatever fly it might be. DEET, you know, forget that sort of jungle formula that they've been using in the UK. You're going to need good, strong DEET. Clothing wise, don't wear anything too bright. You know, they're going to love the white, anything white. They're going to love anything bright, of course. Wear something that blends into the environment. That's why you always see, I mean, you think when people are on jungle expeditions, you think, oh, they're just trying to be like Indiana Jones or you know, something like that. When they're wearing their sort of khaki clothes. But no, there is actually a point to that. It's to avoid, it's to sort of blend in so the mosquitoes don't bite you. And the other thing you can do with clothing is, you know, don't wear it too tight. So have quite loose fitting clothing because it will help, because obviously if it's tight, they're more likely to be able to get their little mouth and suck your blood through there. So wear loose fitting clothing and blend in with the environment. Use DEET and wear long sleeves as well. Number 2, what to expect. You're gonna be wet. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be saying, hey, Lucy, you know, I'm gonna go in the dry season. I'm traveling through the jungle in the dry season. I'm not gonna be wet. Wrong, you are, because it's gonna be hot, it's gonna be humid, and you are going to sweat. So it might not be raining, you might not be going through lots of rivers or anything, but you're gonna be wet. And so this is where, especially if you're on a jungle adventure or expedition where you're sleeping out in hammocks every night, this is where you're going to need the wet-dry routine. You've probably heard of this, lots of people talk about this, but it's essential in the jungle. You wear your wet clothes. In the daytime, you're just going to be wet. You're going to be wet if it's raining, you're going to be wet if you're sweaty. They just become your wet clothes. Now in the evening, after you shower, I mean go into a stream or use sort of something else to wet yourself to clean off. That feels amazing. Yeah, I've just done that as well. Then you change out of your wet clothes, out of your day clothes, into your dry clothes. Now your dry clothes are only to be worn at night. This is really important because this is when you need to be warm, this is when you need to be comfortable, this gives your skin a chance to heal. Meanwhile, your wet clothes, you can hang them near a fire to try and dry them out as much as you can. In the jungle, they don't really dry out, I'm going to be honest, so it basically means you sleep in nice sort of dry clothes in the night, but then in the morning you get up and you have the unfortunate procedure of putting on your wet clothes, your wet and soggy clothes in the next morning. I'm not a fan of that. Remember to wash them every night when you're having a wash because you need to get all the bacteria out. But yeah, that's the wet-dry routine. So whatever you're doing in the jungle, expect to be wet. So number 3, you are going to be overwhelmed. Now, what do I mean when I say overwhelmed? I mean, the jungle is a lot on your senses. There's a lot going on and it takes maybe, I would say, a week or 2 weeks to get used to it and you get into this rhythm and getting into this flow. But of course, sometimes we don't always have 2 weeks. Sometimes we're not out for that long. But just be prepared that you are going to feel quite claustrophobic when you're walking through there. You're going to feel like there is this sort of sense of danger. Everything has this this ability to defend itself. You feel like everything wants to kill you. It's just trying to defend itself because there's so much life there. It really is the stuff of nightmares. This is the stuff you hear about. These are the real monsters. So yeah, be prepared to feel overwhelmed, and also at nighttime, this kind of falls under the same category, but be ready to feel like a kid who is scared of the monster in the cupboard again. Now, I'm not even kidding. Like this happens like all the time. So you'll be sleeping in your hammock or wherever you're sleeping. You might even be inside, but you'll hear the noises, and you will just you won't know what it is. You won't know how far it is, and it sounds scary, and your heart beats. You panic, and there's a lot of things out there. So be prepared to feel scared again, and control that fear, control that panic. And you will feel like that little kid in the bed who just wants to go and cuddle their mum or soft toys again. So yeah, be ready for that, and don't let it become a shock for you. So number 4 is about navigation, or I don't know, stats. So basically, forget about distance. You might be used to like traveling and hiking in other places. You may never hiked in the jungle, but in the jungle, we don't measure things in distance. Now, why? It's because it's such a demoralizing thing to go through. Like, on some days you might be doing well, you might be doing 5 kilometers per day. 5 kilometers per day. Think, people can run that in under 15 minutes sometimes. Not in the jungle, obviously, but in the cities and the tarmac. But 5 kilometers a day is a good day. So when you're having a bad day, we're talking 2 kilometers a day. We're talking 500 meters a day. This is a day, so this is a full day. What happens basically is the jungle it can be very, very, very dense that you're walking through, and it's you end up having to zigzag. But as the crow flies, it's just not very much. So forget about distance. Don't get your head and your heart all like sucked into that, because it won't do you any good. It won't do your mentality any good. So focus on how many days you've been going, how you feel, and things like that. Just forget about the kilometers. No need. And it's always going to take longer than you think. Number 5, eating. Now, I reckon if you're going to the jungle for whatever reason, I reckon that you are going to eat some sort of grub and you're going to enjoy it. And then you just pop it in your mouth. Oh, I hope it won't burst. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, eating grubs in the jungle, it is a thing. There are a lot of good stuff out there. Providing they're nicer if you cook them, of course. But I'm pretty sure that if you're going to the jungle, you're going to end up, whether it be because you have to, or whether it be someone offering it to you, or whether it be pure peer pressure because you're out with some friends and there are grubs available, you're gonna be eating grubs and enjoy it. Enjoy what it has to offer, because it's just, expect it. So enjoy them. They're nicer than they look. Number 6 is a little bonus one. It is, just expect to make some really, really good friends and pals on any jungle expedition. It happens, you need to work as a team. Everyone's doing a different thing at their role in the team to make it all work, to make that adventure, whatever it might be you're doing, just work like clockwork. And it's going to be an experience that you'll share and you'll all remember for the rest of your life. So be prepared to make some really good lifelong friends, and then you're all set. So those are my tips for what to expect on any jungle adventure. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm of course going on a jungle adventure in, oh my god, it's like 2.5 months away. Honestly, I've got so much to do still. It's a big one. There's so much to do, but I just thought I'd take a moment out and think about all the things that I'm getting ready to expect again in the jungle, to get my mind back in that frame of mind, really. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Follow me, posting videos every 2 weeks, so every other week I drop a video. And I'd really love you to subscribe, like, and comment, and let me know if you've been to the jungle, if you're planning on going to the jungle, the things that you remember whenever you're on any sort of trip, like that. But I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.